Here's a look this morning at a port in Malta, where a high seas drama has just ended. These are images from TVN, which is a television network based in Malta. And what you're seeing here in them, migrants as they are removed from a ship they allegedly hijacked after they were rescued off Libya. It's a very interesting twist in a story. Malta's armed forces have boarded the vessel, restored control to its captain. And John Northcott joined me and pick up the story from here because, as I said, a twist on the migrant rescue at sea story that we have been bringing you for many months and indeed years.
Yeah, indeed, Heather. And of course, at the cost of thousands of lives in the Mediterranean in rickety boats that end up going to the bottom instead of to safe haven. We're in the hands of pirates. That's the word from the captain, in which there was this takeover, some calling it a hijacking, of the vessel itself by some of the 108 migrants on board, being taken into police custody now in the capital of Valletta. You can see photographs on board, the migrants here under the armed guard of the Maltese special forces who took on. The vessel itself is some 53 meters long, not that big, about 400 tons, but it was on its way, and we can show you the route that it was taking here, from Turkey on its way to Tripoli when it encountered in the water this vessel full of these migrants and took them on. Yet the vessel continued on its journey to Tripoli, about 11 kilometers from shore. We understand, again, some kind of commandeering took place, and the vessel ended up on its way to Malta. Now, this is a situation where the European Minister Salvini has said that this is the first time this has ever happened involving piracy. Eventually, after there appear to be some kind of negotiations involved here, because originally neither Malta nor Italy was going to allow the vessel any safe refuge there. But we understand now, under the control of the military, has been taken there to Boilers Wharf in Malta, where they will be processed and dealt with in the presumably medical situations they might have, but also the fact that there is under the law of the sea, you can't get much worse, of course, than either hijacking or taking over a vessel as it is at sea. And presumably they're going to face the full force of law enforcement in Malta.
So we'll keep an eye on those pictures coming in from Malta, John. This has been called Operation Sophia since it started about 4 years ago. And it's been going on since that time, but now Europe is shifting away from that strategy, largely at the urging of Italy. What is happening there?
Yeah, a couple of things at work there. Now, Operation Sophia had air support as well as several vessels. This El Hiblu, this tanker from the port in Turkey, where it was registered, was not officially part of Operation Sophia. Under the law of the sea, of course, any vessel is required to come to the aid of another vessel. So that was what was happening in this case. Many are pointing to, though, this as an example that as the European Union steps away from Operation Sophia, effectively not having any vessels in the Mediterranean, and we're talking of hundreds of thousands of migrants a year who try to go across, this creates a potential crisis in the region. We look at agencies that operate their own vessels to step in here. We have one in particular that is coming out and saying in their response that it is a situation where to call it a kidnapping is not accurate at all, that this is effectively a humanitarian crisis, and this is what will be reacted to as it moves forward and as the European Union sort of walks away from whatever obligations it had under Operation Sophia.
John, thank you very much.
Okay.
John Northcott with that story this morning.